I'm sorry, guys. I let you guys down. And I want to take the time to apologize to everyone for who I'm about to let down with this news. I don't expect anyone to forgive me for what I'm about to say or for what I did. It's time to confess to you guys what I just did, and hopefully you guys can forgive me. I pre-ordered Modern Warfare 3. I'm sorry, I have always wanted to do an intro like that. How's it going, everybody? Celtic Reviews, and yes, I wound up pre-ordering Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. More specifically, I pre-ordered the Vault Edition. I did pre-order last night, so it isn't like I did this when the announcement was made and I made that video. No, it took a lot of convincing from not only the devs, but from the people who I trust in the COD community, and even their more harsher critics like Blame Truth the Codfather, to convince me, you know what, maybe it's time I pre-order. And not to mention the COD Next event and the beta really did convince me as well. So, as you guys know, if you've been subscribed to me, I made a video, I think it was like a month or two ago, where I was bitching and moaning about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Screaming from the hilltops that this was a $70 DLC, and I made a community post about it. A $70 DLC. Because at the time, we didn't know much about MW3. We just knew they did lie, and they did lie. I am not going to excuse them for that. They said MW2 was going to be the only COD for the next 2 years, and then they were releasing the next one. They did lie, and they're not going to get leeway for that. I don't care how good MW3 is. In my review, I am going to mention it, and I will be docking points because they did lie about it. I'm not just some blind Call of Duty fanboy. I know when to give the company and the game criticism, because just because I enjoy Call of Duty does not mean it excuses them from criticism. Now, this was just before we just only knew this. They broke a promise, and it was an overpriced DLC. That's all we knew, and I made a video on it. And you know what? It's a video I'm kind of proud of. I do a lot of the things I said about Activision still holds. But now they're under new management. We'll see how things go. Let's see if Microsoft can turn them into the Activision that we once knew from when all of us were growing up. But that's besides the point. Over the month, I kept a close eye on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Watching videos, rumor videos, watching a COD Next event, and yes, even watching a harsh critic, someone who I very much disagree with a lot of his takes, Blame Truth the Codfather. But it stands to know this: he is a Call of Duty enjoyer like me. He likes Call of Duty, and so do I. He's just a more harsher critic, and I do recommend you guys go and watch him. He does great videos on Call of Duty. In fact, he also praises Cold War, which I will agree is not perfect, but is probably my favorite of the modern Call of Duties. I've been keeping a close eye on it, making sure that my video still stands. And honestly, a lot of my arguments in that video has been debunked. It has been shattered by the dev team at Sledgehammer. So this is not a glorified DLC. This is the actual full release for Call of Duty. However, where the confusion came was that it's not going to be its own game. It's not going to be a separate game app. It's going to be under the Call of Duty game app, which used to be MW2. The reason why they're doing this is for convenience. And it's something that I do kind of agree with. And if I would have knew at the time, I would have been praising, just like I'm about to do now. Gone are the days of having several 100 to 200 gigabyte Call of Duties on your Xbox, on your PlayStation, or on your PC. Now, they are going to be conveniently in one place, the Call of Duty Game Hub. This, if you owned Modern Warfare 2 like I did, you would have noticed that the game has turned into just Call of Duty. It's no longer MW2. The reason for this is that as soon as you launch it up, there's going to be an area where you can select each Call of Duty game. And what they're doing is they're going to be releasing every single new line Call of Duty in this game hub, which I think is better. It keeps us from having several game apps of Call of Duties it allows us to transfer anything we bought in terms of bundles to the next Call of Duty, which I do like. I was kind of worried about that because the problem with Call of Duty is that you spend all this money on bundles and skins, and you work your ass off to grind for camos and grind for season pass stuff, battle pass stuff, and grind for operators that once the next one comes out, it's pretty much fucking worthless. Because you know, in like a few years, this Call of Duty is going to be dead. No one's going to play it. Well, with Modern Warfare 3, everything you bought, everything you grinded for will be instantly transferred over to Modern Warfare 3. That's a good thing, and it's a very pro-consumer move. Because at this moment, they are doing the Halloween event, the Haunting, which is a pretty mid-event, if I'm being honest. The skins are cool. I like the Skeletor skin. Lilith is a bit of a weird addition. Ash, I'm very excited for him to come out in a few days. I think there was like an anime, I can't remember what anime skin it was, and of course the Doom bundle, which is like the new meta now. So the bundles are cool, but like everything else is kind of mid. But that's beside the point. Anything you buy from this event, anything you earn from this event is going to be instantly transferred to Modern Warfare 3. And if they're smart, anything bought from MW2 and MW3 will be transferred over to the next Call of Duty. If they're smart. I'm hoping they do that. But the next Call of Duty is going to be the Treyarch Call of Duty, and I don't know if that's going to happen, but it'll be a great thing if it does, right? Okay. But this is going to be a full-blown release. This is not a DLC. It's not like they're going to be like, oh, we're adding 5 maps and like a short campaign. No, they're adding a lot. I think it's 16 maps at launch, a full-blown campaign, and a full-blown zombies mode. Yeah, you heard me right. We are getting a zombies mode in a Modern Warfare game. Something that Call of Duty fans have been asking, well, mostly zombies fans, for a long time. A Modern Warfare style zombies mode. We are officially getting it with Modern Warfare 3. But depending on what kind of zombies you like, this may be a zombies mode that you might want to skip. Instead of doing the round-based kind of zombies mode that they're used to doing, they're more doing what Treyarch did with Outbreak and Cold War, an open world zombies experience, but unlike you just having a squad of 4, it's going to be on a Warzone map. A huge map with a ton of people playing. It's not going to be PvP, it's going to be PvE. Which means if you come across other players, you won't have to worry about them attacking you while you're doing objectives with your friends in a squad. You can just avoid them, or you can go to them, team up with them, take down a big horde, and then move on. This is a very interesting concept and something new for zombies. I do think this is a step in the right direction. After the travesty that was Vanguard Zombies, I do think this is a breath of fresh air and something that could be fantastic if done properly by Treyarch. All they have to do is just focus on the excellent zombies lore that they're known for and the fun and addicting gameplay. They got this in the bag. They got this in the bag. Not to mention, if you want to watch the trailers, the cinematic trailer is absolutely phenomenal, and the gameplay trailer has a ton of fan service in it, from the new Pack-a-Punch machine to the revisions of the wonder weapons of old. It's a very well done trailer and super excited for zombies. The new campaign is going to be, again, something new they haven't done before. Open-ended mission structure. You can play the missions any way you want, how you want, with only one thing kind of holding you back, and that's kind of like you have to do this objective, but how you do it is up to you. They're basically doing the Hitman route, where it's going to be however you can complete the mission, you can do it as long as the mission gets done. This is something that is desperately needed. Modern Warfare 2's campaign was great. I still think that's better than 2019's campaign. I know a lot of people are now saying the campaign is garbage. I don't know where they're getting that. Modern Warfare 2's campaign was one of the best story experiences, in my opinion, of 2022. Now, depending on how they do this, is depending on how the story is going to be structured. I'm hoping it's going to have a lean and fit story like MW2, but with the nice open mission design. If it's done like that, it has the good writing of Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2019, and I'm going to say a Cold War, then I think we're in good hands. I do think the campaign is going to be a very enjoyable experience. But we'll have to see. And because I did pre-order, I will be playing the campaign a week early, so you guys can expect an early review of the campaign, like I did with MW2. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. And of course, the reason why everyone buys Call of Duty, the multiplayer. Yes, they're making revisions to the multiplayer after hearing a ton of backlash about MW2's multiplayer. It's about fucking time they listen to their goddamn player base. They're adding a ton of features that has been desperately needed in Call of Duty and added back into Call of Duty since they removed them from MW2. Now, I will admit, if I had to rate the multiplayer now in Modern Warfare 2, it would be a low score. It would be like a 6 or a 7. It wasn't as good as it was at launch. The multiplayer to me was fun to watch, and then season after season after season, it got worse and worse and worse. Season 6 has kind of brought it back a bit with the haunting event and Spawn and all that, but I mean, it's still MW2. MW3 is adding slide canceling. They're putting that back in. The ninja perk, that's being brought back and actually works as intended. They're bringing back the classic Call of Duty maps with the red dots on it. Finally, it's going to be more catered to the old school audience. And of course, I did play the beta, and I'm not going to lie, I wish I would have done the beta impressions, but as I said, I was busy moving house. That's why there hasn't been a new review. That's why I haven't reviewed Payday 3 or reviewed Forza Motorsports, that I've been moving house. But trust me when I say, those two games will be ending up on the very same list at the end of the year. And I'll go in more detail about that when that list comes at the end of the year. But, yeah, I played the beta. It was fun. I had a great time. Shooting felt like Cold War, which I enjoyed Cold War's gunplay. I thought it was really excellent. The running felt more faster. The sliding felt faster. I mean, everything felt like it was meant to be. Like the older arcade shooters that Call of Duty is. Call of Duty has always been an arcade shooter. It has never been a tactical shooter like what they were trying to make it in Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2. And look, as much as I love 2019, they tried to go the more realistic route. That's why I like Cold War. And yes, I do own a Call of Duty Cold War t-shirt. I know. That's why I like Cold War. It knew what it was. That was the more arcadey Call of Duty to come out. And why do you think Call of Duty fans of old enjoy Cold War out of all of the modern Call of Duties? Why do you think that is? It's because it knew what it was. It's an arcade shooter. That's what Call of Duty is. It's not this tac shooter. This is not Siege. Cater to your audience, and that's what they're doing with MW3. Shooting feels different, feels like Cold War. The movement feels faster and quicker compared to Modern Warfare 2. Everything seems to be falling right into place where it should be for MW3. So yes, I did pre-order it. I put my money on the line. I'm a Call of Duty fan after all. I want to see this franchise go back to the way it used to be back when I was growing up. The Black Ops 1 days, the Modern Warfare days, the Black Ops 2 days. I mean, hell, you see me wearing an Advanced Warfare t-shirt. Say what you want about this game, but at least it did something new, and it tried to innovate and push the series forward. And yes, I am a fan of Advanced Warfare. And look, if I get burnt, I get burnt. I mean, I have the most shameful t-shirt I can own, right? A Vanguard t-shirt. If you don't believe me, because it doesn't say Vanguard on it, it just says Call of Duty. Yeah. I own a Vanguard t-shirt. I've been burned by Call of Duty. Trust me. No one was more hyped for Vanguard than me, because I want Sledgehammer to succeed, and I'm happy they're actually listening to the player base for MW3, because they are the ones developing Modern Warfare 3. And if this is done correctly, like from what I saw in the COD Next event, what I saw from the multiplayer and the beta, they could be bringing themselves back to being up there with Treyarch. Because we all know Infinity Ward's been slipping as of late, so it's time for someone to surpass them. And if this game is done right, and Sledgehammer keeps at the pace by listening to fan feedback, I do think Modern Warfare 3 could be right up there with Cold War in terms of the better modern Call of Duties. All they have to do is knock it out the park. That's all they have to do. And they win. That's all they have to do, and they'll be right up there with them. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to upload some more videos soon, but Hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll talk to you guys next time.